Your 40s hit differently. One day, retirement feels far away. Then suddenly, you realize it is not some distant idea anymore. It is something you are supposed to be preparing for right now. At the same time, life gets more expensive. The mortgage is still there. Kids cost more than expected. Parents may need help. Your career may be paying more than ever, but the pressure around that income is also bigger than ever. That is what makes your 40s so important. This decade can either become the point where money finally starts working harder for you, or the decade where lifestyle, debt, and delayed planning quietly steal your future. The good news is, you still have time. You probably have more experience, more income, and more financial awareness than you had in your 20s or 30s. But now, the moves have to become more intentional. In this video, I am going to break down the 5 major money milestones to accomplish in your 40s. If you hit these, your 50s can become an acceleration decade instead of a panic decade. If you want more videos that help you build real wealth with practical steps, subscribe to the channel. Milestone number 1. Reach 6 to 7 times your annual income in retirement savings by age 50. This is the big one, because your 40s determine whether retirement starts looking realistic or stressful. By the time you reach 50, a strong target is having 6 to 7 times your annual income saved for retirement. So, if you earn $80,000 a year, that means aiming for roughly $480,000 to $560,000 saved by age 50. That sounds like a big number, because it is. But this benchmark matters because your money still has time to compound. You are not 25 anymore, but you are also not out of time. Money invested in your 40s can still grow for 15, 20, even 25 years before traditional retirement age. That is why this decade matters so much. If you are behind, your 40s are not the decade to avoid the numbers. They are the decade to increase contributions, use retirement accounts aggressively, and stop treating retirement like something you will figure out later. Because if you hit this milestone, your 50s become an acceleration decade. If you ignore it, your 50s can become a panic decade. And that is the difference this milestone is trying to protect you from. Milestone number 2, eliminate consumer debt and keep only the mortgage. Your 40s should be a wealth-building decade, not a debt-servicing decade. Credit cards, auto loans, personal loans, lingering student debt, all of it creates the same problem. It takes money that could be building your future and sends it somewhere else every single month. That is what makes debt so dangerous in your 40s. It is not just the payment today, it is the opportunity cost. Every dollar going toward old debt is a dollar that is not going into investments, retirement accounts, or assets that can compound over the next 20 years. And car payments are especially dangerous. A big car payment can feel normal because everyone has one, but normal does not mean smart. Financing an expensive vehicle in your 40s can quietly steal years of future wealth, especially when that money could be invested instead. The goal is simple. By the time you enter your 50s, the mortgage should be the only major debt left. No credit card balances, no personal loans, no unnecessary car payments. Because once those payments disappear, your cash flow opens up. And that cash flow can finally go where it should have been going all along, into building wealth. Milestone number 3, build a fortress emergency fund. In your 40s, a small emergency fund is no longer enough. The emergencies are bigger now: a roof repair, a medical bill, a layoff, a family member who needs help, a child expense you did not see coming. These are not tiny surprises anymore. They can cost thousands of dollars at a time. That is why the goal should be 9 to 12 months of essential expenses. Not because you are paranoid, but because your life has more moving parts now. More people may depend on you. Your bills are larger, and if your income stops, replacing it may take longer than it did in your 20s. A fortress emergency fund gives you stability. It keeps you from reaching for credit cards when life gets messy. It keeps you from selling investments at the wrong time. It gives you clarity when everyone else is reacting from panic. Keep this money somewhere safe and accessible, like a high-yield savings account. It does not need to make you rich. It needs to be there when you need it. That is the real purpose of cash in your 40s. Stability, clarity, optionality. A larger emergency fund is not fear. It is protection for everything else you are trying to build. Milestone number 4, stop lifestyle inflation before it steals your future. This might be one of the most important money milestones in your 40s, because high income does not guarantee high net worth. There are people earning $200,000 a year who are still living paycheck to paycheck because every raise becomes a bigger lifestyle. A better car, a larger house, more expensive vacations, more subscriptions, more bills that now have to be maintained. That is how lifestyle inflation works. It does not usually feel reckless in the moment. It feels normal. You worked hard, you got promoted, you earned more, so your life quietly expanded to match it. But if every income increase becomes a spending increase, your wealth never really accelerates. The real wealth builder is the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is margin. And margin is what funds your retirement accounts, your investments, your emergency fund, and your freedom. So in your 40s, every raise needs a job before lifestyle gets to it. A simple rule is to redirect part of every raise into savings and investments immediately. Your lifestyle can still improve, but your future improves with it. Because if your income rises and your lifestyle stays mostly steady, wealth starts building faster than most people expect. Milestone number 5, build more than one income stream. That is why relying on one paycheck for everything is risky. A second income stream changes your financial life. It does not have to replace your job. It just has to reduce your dependence on one source. Maybe it is consulting based on skills you already have. Maybe it is rental income. Maybe it is dividends from investments. Maybe it is a small business, content, digital products, or freelance work tied to your experience. The point is not to become exhausted by chasing 10 different side hustles. The point is to build something that gives you more financial breathing room. And the key is not to use that extra income to inflate your lifestyle. Use it to accelerate your future. If your main income covers your life, the second stream can go straight into investments, debt payoff, or building a stronger financial base. Even a few $100s a month can make a real difference when it is directed toward the right place consistently. That is how multiple income streams create both resilience and acceleration. Because if one income source disappears, you are not starting from zero. You still have something coming in. You have more time to think, more room to make the right decision, less pressure to grab the first option available. And if all of them keep working, your wealth starts building much faster than one paycheck could ever manage alone. Your 40s decide what your next decades feel like. These milestones are not random money tips. They are the structure that determines whether your 50s and 60s feel free or stressful. Retirement savings give your future a base. Debt freedom gives your cash flow back. A fortress emergency fund protects you from panic. Lifestyle control keeps your income from disappearing. And multiple income streams make your financial life less fragile. The important thing is that you do not have to fix everything overnight, but you do need to start acting with intention. Pick one milestone from this list and move it forward this week. Increase a retirement contribution. Pay extra toward one debt. Open a high-yield savings account. Redirect part of a raise. Or brainstorm one income stream based on skills you already have. Your 40s are when money can finally start working harder than you do, but only if you build the structure now. If this helped, subscribe to the channel for more practical videos on building real wealth. And let me know in the comments, which milestone do you need to focus on first? And if you want to keep going, watch the next video on the money habits that make wealth almost inevitable.